Hello everybody and welcome to Anfield, where Liverpool have just thrashed Tottenham Hotspur 4-0 to reach yet another League Cup final. This is the post-match podcast and I am your host Theo Squires, where we're going to be talking about another magnificent victory for the Reds as they book their place in the League Cup final against Newcastle United on March the 16th. We are live on YouTube, so get your comments in. We've had one already, just saying Liverpool is a lovely club. Cannot disagree with that. But yeah, it's a dominant performance from Liverpool tonight. They absolutely annihilated Tottenham. And did you ever doubt them? When Tottenham, they're just not in the best of this season, are they? They've been really poor for the majority since November. Coming to Anfield for a second leg, it was always going to be Liverpool's night. And that's sure enough what we have seen. Dominant from start to finish to set up that final against Newcastle United on March the 16th, where they'll be going for a record 11th League Cup win. It's a record 15th final appearance, and they'll be going out for Arne Slot's first trophy as Liverpool head coach. And as well as that, they'll be looking to defend their crown from last year. They are obviously the reigning League Cup holders after beating Chelsea in last year's final. As ever, thanks to our sponsors, NordVPN. You can get your offer with them at the moment. That's on YouTube. It should be in the episode description. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/bloodred. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the episode description box. So yeah, why not celebrate Liverpool reaching the League Cup final by signing up with Nord? Go on, get on board with Nord. You know what you want to. You know it makes sense. But yeah, where to start with this dominant performance from Liverpool? We saw 4 changes from Arne Slot tonight. Kiefer Kelleher came in goal for Alisson Becker. No injury there with Alisson Becker. He wasn't in the matchday squad. We understand that he's just being rested. Whether that means he's been rested for the derby or they're taking him to Plymouth, we shall wait and see. Conor Bradley came in for the injured Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then we also saw Darwin Núñez start up front and Curtis Jones come into midfield. Now, before we start, we'll go. Darwin Núñez was superb tonight. Exceptional performance from him. A real all-round display. He won so much defensively. He's unlucky not to get on the score sheet himself, but he's won a penalty. He's just a nuisance. He caused Spurs so many problems, and that is really what you want to see from Liverpool's £85 million record signing up front. Much better from him. Liverpool, they took the lead through Cody Gakpo. It was a good finish from him to keep up his amazing form in recent weeks. He's a goal machine, isn't he? 34th minute, that one. Salah crosses it. Núñez misses it. Jones misses it. But Gakpo's there at the far post to rifle it in first time to level the scores on. Take the lead pretty early in the second half through Mohamed Salah from the penalty spot. Salah does a through ball to Núñez. Núñez races onto it, looks around the keeper. Kinski brings him down, and then it's such an emphatic penalty from Salah as he buries it into the top corner. And then Liverpool already in cruise control, just ramped it up a gear. Szoboszlai made it 3, a really nice team goal this one. McAllister through to Bradley to Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai 1-on-1. Easy finish for him. And then 5 minutes later, Van Dijk makes it 4. He rises highest to head home, and McAllister corner. A really convincing display from Liverpool. And it's really much better from them. Anthony's said that as well. A dominant performance from Liverpool. Get your comments in. We are live on YouTube. We'll do all our usual bits. We'll go through Ian Doyle's player ratings. We'll take a look at the match stats. We'll talk through some of the individual performances. But it was a night where everyone was superb, really. But yeah, a great night for Liverpool where they annihilated Tottenham Hotspur and the crowd were loving it. They mocked Richarlison, ex-Everton, of course, from start to, well, not finish as he went off injured in the first half. But you get my drift. Some chance a little bit more X-rated than others. But yeah, that they enjoyed him being very frustrated when he went off early on. They were also mocking Tottenham with reminders of Madrid, singing London Bridge is falling down, and also just enjoying the fact that they're the greatest team in Europe and they're off to Wembley. We are looking forward to that final on March 16th. Some individual performances now. Van Dijk and Konate rocks at the back, as always, though they had very little to do. I think Keller had some save to make, really. Spurs were very defensive from the start, clearly just trying to hold on to that 1-0 aggregate lead. And they frustrated Liverpool for 30 minutes or so. They weren't really making the most of the gaps. But then as soon as the first goal came through, it was one-way traffic. There was no way they were going to stop them. Is Ange getting the sack? Says 1069 subs. Wait and see, won't we? Like, Liverpool fans were enjoying chanting at him that he was going to get sacked in the morning. You'd imagine if he loses in the FA Cup at the weekend, he could be really feeling the pressure. As I mentioned, Núñez was great. Mohamed Salah, he was lively, gets his goal from the penalty spot. Gakpo, and really good finish from him. Robertson was great. It's just everyone. Bradley, a number of times his name was sung tonight for powering into thunderous sliding tackles. Men against boys, says Vinny. Pure dominance. Yeah, it was like what the 6-3 should have been a few weeks back. It's a couple of months back now, isn't it? But yeah, Liverpool shouldn't have conceded 3 goals that night. They didn't concede any this night. A great clean sheet from them. Anthony says he will not be sacked now regarding Ange Postecoglou. Wait and see. Have to tune in for the Spurs podcast for that, won't you? We're all about Liverpool and reaching Wembley and Arne Slot going for his first trophy and potential quadruple charge. It's too early to say it now. Liverpool in the first final of the season. Wait and see. This is how easy it got for Liverpool. They were able to take off Virgil van Dijk with like 5-10 minutes to go for Jarell Quansah. They took off Salah as well. Yeah, it's just easy. Standing ovations for pretty much all the players who came off. Núñez was great, Salah was great, blah, 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 blah. Let's have a look at the little match facts to sum up the dominance. 64% possession for Liverpool, 26 shots, 10 of those on target. Spurs didn't have a single shot on target. Liverpool had 54 touches inside the box. 54 shots would have been something incredible, wouldn't it? No, 54 touches inside the Tottenham box. Tottenham only had 8 inside the Liverpool box. Kingsky, the Spurs keeper, he made 6 saves. Kelleher didn't have any to make. Have we got any XG for you here? XG. Liverpool hit the word work 3 times as well, actually. Forget to mention that. Salah had one, I think, tipped into the bar by Kinsky. Gravenberch hit the post. And Gakpo maybe have been the other one. But yeah, it was dominant. They could have scored more. They were really unlucky. You're saying that about 4-0, so imagine what it could have been. Crazy, right? Let's go back to your comments. We got any more coming in? Liverpool didn't really get our second gear, did they, says Sanjay? Didn't need to, did they? Just pass it around for fun. It's like a training exercise, but you're still dominant. You've got that much possession. You're having that many touches inside the box. You're creating that many chances. You're having that many shots. It's brilliant. Vinny says the press, Spurs couldn't land a glove on us. Very true, but it's like we saw in the 6-3 a few weeks ago. Praise here for the midfield. Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and Curtis bossed the middle of the park. Brilliant. All right, now Doyley's player ratings. Let's see if he agrees with some of those. He's got 1-8, 2-8s, 3-8s, 2 9s, 4 8s. Another 9. Oh, God. Yeah, this is a very high rating of who should we pick out here. Let's go for the 9s. Cody Gakpo, 9. Dug out a cross for Núñez's header first half and pumped in a great first-time finish for the opener. Struck the post in the second half and another excellent showing on the left. Substituted. Salah, 9. Rewarded for a relentless running at Spence with an assist for the opener and later had shot turned onto the crossbar. Tucked away penalty expertly and worked so hard. And then Virgil van Dijk. Having none of it from Richarlison early on and began to feel comfortable joining the attack on occasion, dominated the Tottenham attack and popped up with the 4th, subbed. If you want to know everyone who got an 8 or a 7, go on the Liverpool Echo website and have a read of Ian Doyle's player ratings as Virgil van Dijk dominates and 2 others outstanding versus Tottenham. It's what we love to see, isn't it? Back to your comments. Should we add any more? Unfortunately not. So yeah, we'll just talk more about the game. Cody Gakpo, he has been incredible, hasn't he, this season? I think he's the leading goal scorer in the League Cup this season. Let's have a quick dig out of the stats here. Yeah, he's joint leading goal scorer with 4. Feels like he scored more than that, to be honest. But yeah, he must have scored in every round. So he scored in semi-final, obviously. No, he didn't score in the quarters, did he? He didn't. Nah. But he played well in that game. I remember that. I was at Southampton. But he scored a couple against Brighton in the 4th round, and then he scored a couple. Oh, he is the leading goal scorer then. If he's got 2 against West Ham, 2 against Brighton, Yeah, he's the leading goal scorer in the League Cup. That's already bagged then, unless Newcastle do something silly in the final. This just hasn't been updated. So yeah, Cody Gakpo, he's got getting the golden boot in the League Cup, if there is one. Got man of the match tonight, I think, from Sky Sports. But he is just in insane form on that left wing. How many goals has he got now for this season? It is a madness. Let's have a quick browse, have a look. Internet's being a bit slow here, so bear with me. But yeah, he's just so good on that left-hand side. It's crazy that you think for so long that he was playing as the false nine, the centre forward. Arne Slot comes in and goes, right, no, you're going on the left. That is your position. And we're seeing how good he is. He's just so powerful. He's got such a good eye for goal. I think it's 16 goals now for Cody Gakpo this season. Yeah, 16. And most of them have come since November. He's been brilliant. Only Mohamed Salah scored more for Liverpool this season. Long may it continue from the Dutchman. Tony says, hi from Brazil. Oh, I'd imagine it's so much warmer in Brazil than it is here at Anfield right now. What are we on temperature-wise? It's 2 degrees here at Anfield. As you can see, that's why I'm in my woolly hat, my heated gloves, though they're unplugged at the moment, so I can type away at my laptop that little bit easier. So yeah, hi Tony from Brazil. Tell me how warm it is, please. I've never been to Brazil, but I'd quite like to one day. Maybe for the Formula One or something. Can't imagine we'll get a Liverpool pre-season tour to South America. But we'll never know. Maybe one day. Cody Gakpo was great. Conor Bradley was great, as I said, won so many tackles. You wouldn't have known that Trent Alexander-Arnold was missing. His distribution, his passing was a little bit off at times, but when you compare it to Trent, of course it's going to be. But defensively, he was brilliant, and he was getting down the line, supporting Mohamed Salah really well, and he was just growing in confidence the longer the game went on. Andy Robertson, another big step in the right direction after a few difficult performances. I think he was just equally dominant on the left-hand side. Was he up against Son? No, it was Bradley was up against Son, but Son didn't have anything to do. Son was quiet, Son was anonymous. So that's how easy the two fullbacks made it look. Midfield was already dominant, as we said, just bossing it. Gravenberch makes it look so easy whenever he's in possession, winning it back, dribbling through. Unlucky not to score when he hits the post with a nice curling shot from 25 yards. Liverpool should have scored more, because I'm thinking about it. When they hit the post, at least twice, they sort of chose the wrong pass in the build-up. So Gravenberch went to the left and then got it back, whereas if he'd gone through to Jota or through to, I think, to the right for Salah, it would seem to be more of an easy chance. But then he did well to get the shot off anyway and hit the post. And then when Gakpo hit the post, Nunes was probably on for a tap-in, but he went alone from an acute angle, hit the post. So he's unlucky there. But when you're winning 4-0, you can forgive them, can't you? When you're a striker in form, of course you're going to go for goal. McAllister, actually, a really good appearance off the bench. He obviously gets an assist, he plays a part in another goal as well. This is the beauty of Liverpool's strength and depth this season, that you can make those changes, that you can go, right, Darwin Núñez is up front today, Curtis Jones is in midfield today, we'll give Luis Diaz a rest, we'll give Alexis McAllister a rest. And this is what Arne Slot is doing so well, the way he's managing this squad, and he is rotating those players to get the best out of them. And there isn't a clear starting 11, like strongest. Obviously, you've got your guaranteed starters for the big games, like Van Dijk, Salah, Gravenberch, Konate probably is as well. But the rest are all vying for these positions, and it'll be really, really interesting to see who starts that final on March the 16th against Newcastle. Obviously, a bit later in the season than we're used to. Think that was a knock-on from the Champions League expansion, because the semi-finals have had to be a bit later in the League Cup because of the 2 extra Champions League games, so the League Cup's a little bit later. But, well, 6 weeks to go, 7 weeks to go, something like that. Who's going to start that game? Like, if everyone's fit, and it's only Trent who's out at the moment, and he could realistically be back for next week's Merseyside derby, there are so many difficult decisions for Arne Slot to make. Like, is it Kelleher's competition still? Does he start in goal? Or does Alisson Becker come back in because it's a final? We don't know what Arne Slot's thinking is there. Like, obviously, we knew for Jurgen Klopp it would always be Kelleher. So that's one to keep an eye on. We know it'll be Van Dijk. We know it'll be Konate. Trent, if he's fit, probably gets the nod. No reason why he shouldn't. He is the first choice there. But who is starting at left-back? Robertson or Tsimikas? Their battle this season has been absolutely fascinating. In midfield, Gravenberch is a guaranteed starter. McAllister probably has the edge in that other deeper role, but Curtis Jones or Szoboszlai at number 10 or could Curtis Jones edge out McAllister in that deeper role? And then the attack, it's Salah, and Gakpo's probably nailing down that left wing role now, but Diaz, Nunes, Jota, Chiesa's still in the mix as well, and there is a lot of football to be played before that final, so plenty of opportunities for the players to state their claim and make that Wembley appearance. And if we think back a year ago, how many of these players missed that final against Chelsea when Liverpool had to turn to the kids? There was no Nunes, there was no Salah, there was no Curtis Jones. Gravenberch came off injured in the final. There was no Szoboszlai, if I remember right. Was Szoboszlai one of the injured ones? That sounds right. Trent was injured as well. So all these players have this extra motivation there. Like, if you think about it, Salah hasn't won a trophy for Liverpool, like hands-on involved in a final, a proper final. We're not talking Community Shield, since the FA Cup in 2022. And he came off injured in that game. And while we all want to see him sign a new contract for Liverpool, Arne Slot wants to see him sign a new contract. His teammates want to see him sign a new contract. He wants to see him. He wants to sign a new contract. If it doesn't happen, and this is his last season at Liverpool, he's got a guaranteed opportunity to contest silverware. He could go out and make sure he's going to get at least one trophy in what could be his final season. And having not always had the impact he's wanted on finals, he's come off injured in a couple. Yeah, he scored the penalty against Tottenham in the Champions League final in 2019, but it's not always been Salah like we've seen in other games in those finals. So it's his chance to really nestle down, stake his... Well, not even stake his claim. What am I on about? Just to make sure that he has got his name on a final. Like we've seen Gerrard FA Cup finals. We've seen Michael Owen FA Cup finals. To really grab a game by one of these big games by the scruff of the neck, or just go out with a one final trophy. Not that we want it to be a final trophy. We want him to win 2, 3, 4, and then win the Ballon d'Or, and then sign his new contract. But worst case scenario, he's got a shot at least one trophy in this League Cup final against Newcastle United. One other interesting narrative in that game will be, obviously, Anthony Gordon, Jarrod Quansah, Joe Gomez. We all know now about the swap deal in the summer that nearly happened. Quansah, Liverpool rejected Newcastle trying to get him, but they said they could have Joe Gomez. It was all agreed, and then Newcastle raised funds to comply with PSR another way, so it fell through. But at one point, it did look like Anthony Gordon was coming to Liverpool. Joe Gomez was going to Newcastle United. Anthony Gordon is a boyhood Liverpool fan. He was released by Liverpool, and he always seems to score against Liverpool. He's an ex-Everton player. He scored last night against Arsenal in the first semi-final. He will be itching to get his hands on this trophy, to score against his boyhood club. And even though Cody Gakpo has been amazing at the left wing, you wonder if those transfer links will come back up again. Personally, Gakpo's having a better season. There's no reason to go and sign someone else to take his place. But if Luis Diaz moved on, because there's always rumours there, maybe you do have a second look at Anthony Gordon. Alexander Isak's someone to keep an eye out on as well, isn't he? Such an exciting striker. He's having such a good season. And we know the doubts about Jota's injuries, and Nunes is a consistency as good as he was tonight. So that'll be an interesting battle as well. The number 9, one of the best in the country at the moment, against Liverpool's rotated attack with Luis Diaz, who's it's not his natural position, the injury-prone Jota and the inconsistent Nunes. We got here praise for Harvey Elliott, super little player, but would like to see Chiesa in his preferred position when Salah came off to build momentum. I could see the sense, though, in maybe not bringing Chiesa on, because they are managing him really, really carefully. Obviously, he's not played a lot of football. He got 90 minutes, didn't he, against PSV Eindhoven the other week. You'd probably back him to get 90 minutes against Plymouth Argyle, all being well. So, yes, there's rhythm if you got him 10 minutes tonight, but if you give him the night off tonight, you leave him on the bench, you've got a better chance of maybe giving him 90 minutes at the weekend, because you will expect to see lots and lots of changes against the Championship outfit. Interesting to see what happens in goal if Alisson does come back after the night off, or if it's Kelleher, or even Jaros if he just fancies another change. You'd imagine Gomez, Quansah could start that one, Tsimikas at left back, Bradley probably keeps his place in midfield, Elliott will fancy his chances, Endo will fancy his chances. You'd imagine McAllister and Diaz start, to be honest, after not starting tonight. But then you also got Jota and Chiesa, so could do 8-9 changes and it'll still be a very strong team. You expect Liverpool to progress in the FA Cup, all being well, certainly if they play like they did tonight. But a really dominant performance from Liverpool. Is that it for our comments coming in? We're going for nearly 20 minutes now and it's still very cold at Anfield, and we'll have to get down to Arne Slot's post-match press conference very, very soon. We are actually seeing Arne Slot again tomorrow morning. His pre-match press conference at Plymouth. It's 10:15 at the AXA Training Centre. Myself and Paul Gorst will be at that one. So keep it with the Echo website and the Blood Red channel, because we'll be doing the Blood Red podcast tomorrow, talking about Tottenham all over again, and then looking ahead to Plymouth, talking about Arne Slot's press conference, and then obviously all your normal post-match staples and pre-match staples. The games don't slow down, do they? They're coming thick and fast, and it's a good thing Liverpool have got such a good squad here, because it leaves them in the best possible position to go for all these games and all these trophies. I think that's your lot for tonight. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, as ever. Thanks to our sponsors, NordVPN. I've been Theo Squires, unless you've got no more comments there. Yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. Until next time, thanks and good night.